Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm Will Dragon, and this is our playthrough of All Quiet in the Trenches on the machine gun update. Now, we've just finished the first battle where we unfortunately lost. But we did quite well, but unfortunately we lost overall. And so we are now going back to camp, and let's see what Von Karsbrook has to say. Tired and exhausted, we dragged ourselves back to camp. But despite all the hardships and uncertainty, an infinite relief was palpable. Whatever this war would bring for us, for today we lived and could enjoy this life. We had just barely reached our tent when Lieutenant Von Karsbrook was already strutting up. He looked dissatisfied. When our eyes met, his expression softened a little. Ah, Herr Unteroffizier, what a shame we had to retreat. But at least it wasn't because of you and your people, he said, while his reproachful gaze watched the ranks of the other returning soldiers. So I am going to use this opportunity to bag some rest. Because if I can get a week off, I'll take a week off. He looked at me thoughtfully for a few moments, then nodded curtly. Well, if you think so, I will not assign your group any work duty for the time being, but don't get used to it. Nice. With these words, he turned away and I started looking after my people again. Okay, so no jobs. We do have a little bit of low food supplies. Hospital is overburdened. Good recovery, though, for both of my soldiers. They're both still with me, which is good. Neither of them are, in fact, in the hospital. So who wants what? Resupply came in. Fantastic. And nothing else. So what we're going to do... We're going to come back to the field kitchen. Let's go double. And then let's come this way. You need a break. I'm not going to grant any rewards. We won't give him extra food on top of that. Let's simply go to the next turn and see what kind of condition we can get our troops in. There was a strange atmosphere to camp today. While my men were going about their daily duties as usual, it was clear that their attention was drawn towards the nearby fields. Hardly a surprise, as the sound of an infant crying could be heard from there almost non-stop. The parents probably had to take their child with them when they went to work in the fields. After a few minutes, Mail stored his rifle in his tent and made his way to the field. Unsure of his intentions, I followed him at some distance. When he reached the barbed wire that divided our camp from the nearby fields, he tried to get the brothers' attention. Still a few steps behind him, I watched a clumsy attempt at communication unfold. And even though it took what little foreign language skills they both possessed, and hands and feet to boot, in the end I understood that he was offering to take care of the child until the woman was done with her work. I generally always try and support this. It gets them a little bit of opposite of jaded. Soft-hearted. I genuinely forgotten what it's called all of a sudden. The woman looked back and forth between us, looking frightened. Oh, she quickly shook her head, though she attempted to communicate her gratitude for the offer in spite of the language barrier. At least the child's cry became less audible afterwards, as she withdrew to work somewhere further away from our camp. I've seen that actually go well once. Out of about 5 attempts, I've seen it go well once. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd obviously had a good interaction with the French village just before this. Sunday service usually lifted the spirits in camp, especially among the more religious of the men. And of course, Commandant is the most religious man in the world. Accordingly, I was relieved when a military chaplain finally came by. Wounded and burying the dead. A priest or pastor in the army often had to look over up to 1,600 soldiers, the few and initially even unpaid rabbis even more. As usual, Commandant was first among the pious congregating at the service. Still, as a small procession passed me by, he took the time for a brief chat to tell me, "You know, Herr Unteroffizier, I think I could lead a sermon too. Before I came here, I studied theology after all, and we will no longer have to wait for the other man to undertake the arduous journey. From now on, you'll be leading sermons." For a moment, Commandant began beaming from ear to ear, but he quickly caught himself and turned somber once more. "If those are your orders, of course I accept," he told me with a respectful bow, for hurrying to catch up with the other soldiers. Now, I'm not 100% sure what this does. I think they may have improved the act of him taking a sermon since we've gotten all of these emotions, etc. But I'm not 100% sure. Because I would think should affect everybody, but I had a feeling it wasn't before the 0.08 update. Double rations, camaraderie. I love that. 4 of them went to well rested. That's Hunt, Menk, Dana, and Linnick. Mail simply went down to normal. We haven't got anything else coming in. We are now back on low food supplies. They don't last long, it seems. Kermbund is optimistic. He only went down to strained. That is probably due to the fact... Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Can I... Let's click on him here. The fact that he is faltering means wound recovery and morale worsens. Oh, well, that shouldn't then actually affect... Shouldn't affect his strained, Bitty Bob. Fairly compassionate. That's the one I was looking for. Compassionate. The opposite of jaded. Lightly wounded. Linnick is no longer lightly wounded. Dana still is. He is still a little bit wounded, but hopefully that will come off soon enough. He is also super duper physically fit, so hopefully that helps things out. And don't tell me... Oh. Excuse me. You know that, Herr Unteroffizier, when you feel so good that you no longer think about certain things that used to make you feel bad. Anyway, that's how I feel right now. I don't know why these experiences don't burden me anymore, but I won't question it. Oh, he's just relieved. Okay. Oh, he's no longer nauseated. Okay. Our supplies are running low. I will only serve standard rations. I was going to put them down to standard rations anyway. The villagers are suspect. He keeps hearing stories about attacks by Franksterers on our comrades along the front. Well, let's go for a patrol. Anything else? No, nothing else. Okay, so we're back down on standard rations. That's fine. Like I said, I was going to do that anyway. Patrolling the village. Hunt is very tolerant. As is, we're going to go for Linnick. They are both well rested. I am, however, I really do want, and I tried so hard before the last fight. Bigger rations. He's going to have double rations to stop him from being faltering. I tried so hard before the last combat. He had double rations. He was well fed. He was well rested. And he just... I don't know. I just couldn't beef the guy up. No matter how much I force fed him, he just stayed a scrawny little guy for the whole thing. Maybe that's his way, however, of surviving. Because, you know, if he's smaller, then he'll get hit less by, you know, shrapnel and bullets and everything else flying around. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just his thing. Maybe he's seen Pedersen in the distance and being like, whoa, I ain't getting like that guy. But let's go ahead and see what happens in the interim. One evening, Mail came back to camp with a whole crate worth of food. He placed it with the rest of our stock and wandered off, whistling and lost in thought. When our eyes met, he hesitated for a brief, unsure moment before muttering a friendly greeting. Didn't mention the food. I always stay neutral with this. I should probably do a playthrough, and I don't think I'll do it if I decide to go hardcore, because obviously I'll be trying my best to get everything done properly. I should probably just do a bit of a blasé, easy playthrough, because this one, again, we're going for no deaths, and that'll always be a goal, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to be, well, I say I'm going to be trying quite hard in this one. I'm actually trying to get my hands on a machine gun in this playthrough. But I should probably do an easy playthrough where I just start selecting random things that I don't usually do just to really see what their effects are. Because I feel I've become a bit tunnel visioned with some of these things. Loud voices carried over to me as I made my usual rounds that afternoon. Several of my men surrounded Mail, who was seizing a soldier from another troop by the collar. Among the bystanders was Cumberland. Even at a distance, I could hear Mail shouting at the other soldier. See, like, for instance, I don't often choose I continued my rounds. The men should sort this out among themselves. Let's see what happens. Accuse you of the man of being Italian. I can hear the argument continue for a while from afar. The experience made me think having anything with the war would definitely make the war bigger. And the resentment against Italian immigrants would probably not subside anytime soon. Should I have handled it differently? What would this development mean for us? For the war and for us. Sometimes you forget about the rest of the world here at the front, and then it suddenly caught up with us on days like these. Let's see what happens. Okay, so shaken removed. That's a good one. Happily get up. He's only gone down to tired. Low food supplies removed. Oh, yes, we got the crate of food, didn't we? Change to standard rations. Aha, beautiful. Male's now up to well rested. Menk is optimistic. That's interesting. Relieve removed from these guys, and good news also removed. Male. The latrine is full, so ignoring it actually did nothing, which is interesting. Von Karlsbrook. We're going back to the trenches in 3 turns' time. Now, we don't actually have any jobs. But what I'm going to go and do, if we're about to go back to the trenches, let's offer some assistance. Right, so latrine duty. That'll be Linnick. I'm not sure if he's going to get nauseated. That statement he said earlier, I'm not sure if it was him just saying he's over it, or whether he's in fact going to be permanently over it. The sight of armed soldiers in our village is always unsettling, but your soldier, Hunt, behaved very decently on his patrol. Please tell him I'm very grateful, monsieur. I will. Where is he? Where is he? Here he is. I'm going to praise it. Madame LaRoche said that, you say? This gives me a little hope. Maybe we can live side by side peacefully and my efforts haven't been in vain. He is now determined. Nice. We are maxed out on our mood. We are in high prestige. As I said, so he's going to go in latrine duty, and then we're going to stick him, Dana, and we'll stick male. See what we can get. Oh, and a very uneventful week. Hospital is no longer Oh, I looked at that. He is changed to bursting with energy and strength. Current is now well rested. He's down on standard rations. Oh, what else we got? Changed to well rested. Lightly wounded removed. Low food supplies added. They never last long. Hospital overburdened removed. He's no longer determined. He is nauseated. He is upset. Good recovery obviously removed because he is no longer injured. Well rested removed off, I believe that was Menk at a quick thing. And of course we now have rats. Supply is running low. Expand the rear trenches. Oh, that's a sucky job. That takes a lot of people and it's very tiring. A wonderful day to you, Herr Unteroffizier. A few more weeks. Okay. Oh, and we have something else. What else do we have? I assisted at the field hospital as you ordered. I'll never forget what I saw. The corpses, the blood, the bucket full of amputated limbs. The comrade I was supposed to fixate, he didn't have a face anymore, Head Officer. I don't know what was worse. The desperate gurgling that was his screams of pain or the squelching, rasping sounds of the bone saw. That's gonna have something. He is shaken and nauseated and no longer optimistic. These things do happen. We are still, however, in a very good mood. Let's go for pest control. No determining factors whatsoever. I remember Hunt on my last playthrough had a vendetta with rats, so we're going to go and put him back on that. And then we're going to go put these guys. Now, you would obviously think, well rested, cummerbund, but I want the guy to stop being faltering. We're going to feed him till he bursts. The turmoil in the village could be heard before we saw the smoke and flames in the otherwise dark night. A barn had caught fire, and now the villagers scrambled to prevent the fire from spreading. We rushed to their aid. After the work was done, the French villains brought some refreshments and the gifts of gratitude to me and my men. Some of my men stayed for a while and enjoyed the attention and gratefulness. Others quickly went back to our own camp. Beautiful. Ooh, and here comes a trip to the pub. He's now very compassionate. Love that. 4 guys became relieved. The good weather is no longer with us. There's a bit of a shame. While rested removed, and Sunny also removed. But the rats just keep on coming. And that's why you always help out the NCO. Unless I was towards the end of the playthrough, then I maybe wouldn't. But you always help him out if you can. What do we have? Okay, got some prisoners of war. Okay. So. Let's have a look at this first. Decreases shaken and dejection. It'd be nice if they came up here. Because I believe he is shaken. We're going to send him to the pub. He's completely by the book, so I don't think he'll cause any trouble. Now, as for my other guys, I don't think... No. Oh, he is upset, but that's not going to help upset. And I believe someone else was nauseated. That's not going to help that either. So pest control, we're going to go these 2. Guard captives, then we're going to have to go these 2. Because we do not want to send him. He's somewhat intolerant. Completely by the book and fairly sociable. So we're going to send him to the pub. Let's go ahead and click next. Have your people ready? It's back to the trenches. The rats are apparently still here. Well rested added, that's fantastic. Low food supply. Shaken removed, that's what we wanted. Camaraderie, fantastic as well. But grateful has also been removed. And so let us go to the trenches. We're going to go into the trenches in this episode. We haven't been too long so far. And so we'll see what we can do. Let's have a look at our starting position. Yep, supplies are good. Supplies are all very good. And there is a skirmish going on, however. And there's a sniper in the area. Discarded construction plans. Oh, yes, this is actually our first proper trench phase. Do you want to play a little trick on the French? Send some of your men out into no man's land tonight and cut through the barbed wire just outside the French trenches. Then the French will think we are preparing an attack and will barely dare to sleep out of fear. And no, it was not a question. We're going to do it. Okay, so let's hang on. Let's turn. What do we have? We have a defensive position. We have... Oh, I'll set up the ladders, most definitely. That's something I want to do. And a bridge. We have a defensive position. Now, if we do the difficult tasks, he loves us a little bit more. Where's our next trench position? Ah, up the front here. Barbed wire and barbed wire. Okay, and that's all 5 of our things. I have to do 2. So, we want to cut barbed wire. Let's send the Man of God, because he usually gets away with everything on my playthroughs. Touch wood, that keeps going. Let's build a difficult defensive position, whilst we still have strength, and we have full rations, etc. And then I'm actually going to set up some ladders as well. I'm going to go for a full work party this round, and see what happens. And then over here in Von Karlsbruck, another communications trench collapsed. Gather your shovels. We have to rebuild it. I see you're not afraid of hard work. Excellent. That's what I want to see. Keep the construction plans are in good hands with you. So that gets us a little bit of bonus prestige for doing the difficult tasks. We are running out a little bit of ammo and food. 2 guys got tired. 2 guys removed while rested. So maintain trenches. That's the job we have to do. Fetch some rations. That's the job we'll give to... I'll give that to you. And we're going to set up a bridge. with you two as well. This will at least allow me to get round easily if we do come under combat, because the trench we're in at the moment, quite often when I go into battles, we have a bit of defend the other side of the trench. And it takes you so long to get round if you don't have these shortcuts set up. It's horrible. The rats have been bothering us for days now. The shelter assigned to us was particularly badly affected, as there seemed to be more and more of them. At night, they crawled into our shirts and trousers, nibbled at our fingertips, and bit into our hair. Male seemed to be particularly affected. With a pale face and bloodshot eyes, he said to me, "Herr Unteroffizier, I can't sleep a wink because of the rats. Is there nothing we can do about them? Let's go rat hunting. Let's see if we can't get the beasts under control. I'll be happy to help if it means we can finally get some sleep again," he agreed. I hope that this could really make a difference and not just put additional strain on my men. Perhaps it would also be good for the men to at least feel like they were doing something. Dana, but was wounded in the process. Oh no. Linux, we're running low on ammunition. I carried out your order, but was wounded in the process. Snipers and skirmishing going on. We need more space here. Get your people to help the pioneers dig more bunkers. It's not much of a fun task either. Now, food stayed neutral. So what are you doing? Digging bunkers. That'll be you two. Oh, wait, hunting rats. No, wait, that'll be you and you. So digging the bunkers. Now, I'm going to give it to Dana. And so fetch rations go you, and fetch ammunition can go you. And let's hope they do a good job. Oh no! Linux went all the way to the field hospital. Oh no! Rat infestation removed. I like that though. Linux was badly injured carrying out your orders. We took him to hospital. But he didn't look good when I last saw him. I have a bad feeling about this. We're running low on ammunition. We should get some. We are. Recon? Fetch some ammunition. You two. Oh no, I cannot believe Linux has been seriously wounded and is back in the field hospital. Nothing should happen to him though whilst I'm in the trenches. I'm sure that doesn't happen. He something won't suddenly happen to him when I'm not there to have no influence on it, basically. Set up barbed wire. I'd rather have this one set up, if I'm honest. Let's go ahead and set that up. Okay, nobody else in the field hospital. We've got a bit more ammo. We've lost a bit of rations. Hide all. There won't be any jobs given out, and I'm not going to for at least one turn. Because, recover wounded soldiers. We lie and wait and take him under fire. When he gets back to position, we might be able to get him, or at least drive him away. Oh, wow. Just wow. Not the timing to have these jobs. Now, of course, he wants to go and do this because he's very compassionate. He is also very compassionate. He's going out on a job. That is an order. Enforce obedience. And then anybody else who's compassionate, mail a little bit. Yes. No chance, never. Alright, no need to be hasty. Oh, fairly compassionate removed. That's the only reason he's getting sent out. Oh, well. Not a good idea. We're gonna let the sniper's gonna go. The sniper's gonna have to go. How did it go? It went okay by the looks of it. Yeah, things are getting a bit rough. Hardly have anything left to eat. We are able to rescue 3 soldiers from the debris and bring them to the field hospital with the help of other comrades who joined us. I'm very glad we tried. They wouldn't have survived much longer. Blocking the direct route through the trench. There are still plenty of paths around it. I concur. Running low on ammunition. Wow. He will go out. Really? Yes, really. Well, it is worth it if you want to eat, or possibly have bullets to defend us with if the French decide to turn up. I'd say it's very much worth it. I hope this bombardment ends soon. It ended! Huzzah! Nobody's injured. Our defenses are completely destroyed. If we attack now, the French will march in without any hindrance. What should we do? What exactly is being destroyed? Rebuild emplacement, rebuild ladders. Is that all? Yes, there's nothing from here. How are we doing? Ammo and everything else is quite good. Let's rebuild that emplacement. Let's have you rebuild the ladders. And I'm going to push my luck. Mail. For recovering camp. Next turn. Okay, so things are looking better. We have our emplacement and our ladders repaired. Back to the dugout. We hardly have anything left to eat. Yes, and don't tell me, we hardly have any ammunition. The rats are back. No, we do in fact have a little bit of food. Let's go. You can both go get some rations. No, we'll just send one of you. And I'm going to pray we're going to leave, and I'm going to ignore the rats for one turn. How are we doing? Are we delayed? Pack your things, huzzah! We are relieved. Okay, so an uneventful trench phase. We managed to do really well. Defensive positions are all pretty well standing. There's one bit of barbed wire we didn't build. But I'm not too fussed, because honestly, when they come around here, around this barbed wire, they're just going to come in here. Like, why would they try and wander around here? I mean, seriously. Like, that's... I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there is a point of building that, but then they just wander around here and they're into more no man's land. Like, it's... they'll be fine. But, so yeah, a very successful trench phase. We are going to leave the episode there. When we come back, we will be back in camp. And we will be continuing to move forward and seeing what comes next. We have made it so far until the 5th of July, 1915. And so that leaves us currently with about 5 months left. Oh, sorry, 6 months left to go until home leave. And let's see as well when we come back, how is Linux doing? I believe it was Linux if I remember. There's Linux. Sorry, Mail. That's the one who I've gone and lost. Hopefully he's doing okay. So everybody, in the meantime, thank you all very much for joining me. Please, 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 everybody, pray for Mail. He's in a bad way, and we need him to survive. We could really should be able to do a no-death playthrough by some point. So everybody, please put your hands together and pray for Mail. And until next time, thank you all very much for joining me. And until we see you again, as per always, I hope that you stay safe, happy, and healthy.